Under his rule, they conquered the northern region of China, known as Cathay, and then decided to conquer
I don't know if I can do this. This is the MudTar PsyOp exposed.
the world. Within 2 generations, they succeeded in conquering almost the entire landmass of Eurasia, excluding only India, Arabia, Western Europe, and parts of Indochina. This stupendous empire was unequaled either before or since in terms of sheer size. And the entire eastern part of it was under the rule of the Khan and his successors.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, all over the map.
The rest was divided up between 3 lords who were members of the Khan's family. The passage of the Mongol army left devastation and death in its path. To Christians, it seemed the legions of Satan were
I speculate a little extra PsyOp there.
on the march. Christians referred to the Mongols as Tartars because it reminded them of the word Tartarus, a mythological term for hell. Army left devastation.
These people were
and
running the
death
world
in
at the
its
time.
path. To
They
Christians,
referred to them as
it
barbarians
seemed the
and
legions
fucking
of Satan
evil
were on the
motherfuckers
march.
that just
Christians
eat turkey
referred to
legs
the
and dress in
Mongols
fur.
as Tartars. Christians referred to the Mongols as Tartars because it reminded them of the word Tartarus, a mythological term for hell. Still, Christians were not terribly upset because the only Christian victims of the Mongols were the Russians,
Marco Polo's
who were
talking
rebel
mad
followers
shit.
of the
He's
Greek
lying right
Church.
now.
The victims who
It's not
really
because they're
suffered
named
under the
Tartarians.
Mongols were the Muslims, who had long been enemies of the Christians.
Listen to what he just said. I mean,
Still, Christians
think
were
about it.
not terribly upset because the only Christian victims of the Mongols were the Russians, who were rebel followers of the Greek Church. The victims who really suffered under the Mongols were the Muslims, who had long been enemies of the Christians.
If you're confused like I am, I mean, you can just look up the Marco Polo book yourself, you know?
Some of the stories, but instead he replied, I have not told the half of it. And as travel to the east increased, more and more of his stories were verified. Today we accept as matter of fact some of the descriptions his contemporaries found most incredible and unbelievable. In spite of its journalistic merits,
like maybe
the
there was
style
like
of the book,
dragons
in
and
keeping with the
unicorns and
times,
like
is
wizards and like
romanticized.
flying like
It often has the tone of
stuff.
fiction.
Garbage
Polo's
me.
back to Italy
Here
with
we
his
go.
own envoys. He sent only 2 priests to accompany them. Both priests soon became discouraged with the hardships and privations of the journey and turned back.
I guess what I'm thinking now is like, are you guys using this Tartarian shit to like push your catchphrase? Like the mud flood catchphrase? So you can like sell t-shirts and shit? I don't know. But maybe they just didn't tell us in school, but you guys didn't really tell us in the trope, you know?
They conquered the northern region of China, known as Cathay, and then decided to conquer the world.
So, in a way, I fell for it. You know, they took this knowledge that wasn't given to us about this Tartarian shit in school, and they kind of made it like, they boosted it, and they combined it with a catchphrase, mud flood, you know. And I'm not really sure, you know, why I've jumped on board. It was really cool. Like, I'm still very intrigued about architecture and mud flood and shit like that, but I got a good feeling it's just a catastrophic event, you know? Or something that happened. I mean, it's probably not the same event all over the world. I mean, it could be. So it seems like they have combined some buried, hidden history with some catastrophic events, catastrophes. And that's why I understand why the guy, Baltimore Flats or whatever, was like, I'm not going to focus on tartar anymore, just mud flood. Because that's the PsyOp. Don't bring up today's Freemasons are not actual Masons that build buildings. Just like I don't think the Freemasons back then were actual builders of these buildings. That's the one thing that's getting me is this architecture. Like as far as the mudflood goes and the Tartarian thing, whatever, I'm still looking at the architecture like, wow. I don't think that your local Freemasonries guys that are all fat and drunk on beer are building these buildings. You go to a local construction site, catch with the masonry guys on site.
Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. They're all a bunch of shills. You're gonna be exposed. You wanna sell some t-shirts?